Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kanshachanurmardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. So what is entitled the most confidential knowledge. We have discussed that, and we have elaborated on this topic a couple of weeks' time. And it is in fact related to the discourse between Bhagavan Shri Krishna and Arjuna. Okay? Where Bhagavan Shri Krishna will explain to Arjuna about the supreme knowledge of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion. It is a path of devotion to God. He reveals that this knowledge is the most confidential and profound, and can only be attained by pure devotion and when one surrenders to Bhagavan. Bhagavan Shri Krishna explains that that Lord Krishna, is the source of all creation. And he is the ultimate goal of all spiritual practices. He declares that those who worship him with faith and devotion will attain him. And those who surrender themselves to him will be saved from the cycle of birth and death. So in this chapter, what has been discussed is more about the different ways in which people can approach Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Like, for example, sacrifice, we have yajna, you have charity, penance, fasting, and all that. However, Lord Krishna finally says, given emphasis on the most effective way to attain him, and that is through a loving devotion, which also includes performing actions as an offering to him. That is what he means by that. So, again, this chapter has given an emphasis on the importance of devotion to God, and which is that type of devotion which becomes the ultimate path. That is the path for you to completely merge with the divine. This is a very different way of looking at it. Now, in this chapter, we have already covered quite a number of slokas or verses.
Lord Krishna has explained in this chapter the supreme secret, the supreme wisdom, the topmost knowledge, he being the creator of this universe, the sustainer and the annihilator of this world. And he has explained that our offering mantra is himself. The whatever we offer in the sacrificial fire, it is himself. The fire devouring whatever we are offering is himself. So he is everywhere. He is the Rigved, Samved, and but those who drink somaras and go to Swargalok, they have to return back. This is also explained in this chapter. He eventually, after giving high-level knowledge, explains that in simple terms we can develop bhakti. What he has said in chapter 9, text 26, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yomi Bhaktya Parayachati. We have already learned about that. Now, how to get freed from the bondage of this material world. Now he's further saying in this chapter 9, text 31, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvachanti nigachati. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma, he quickly becomes a righteous person. he quickly becomes a dharmatma. Many a time we are, or instead of being dharmatma, we are papatma. And Lord Krishna transforms us from papatma to dharmatma. And he has explained the process throughout this chapter, and we have learned quite a lot through Dr. Ji. So he attains Shashvat Shanti Nigachati. He attains everlasting peace after having developed that knowledge, after having developed that bhakti, that devotion towards God, understanding that everything that surrounds us in this world, including our material body, is anitya. Anitya meaning impermanent. What is nitya is the Atma, is me, I. I am not this body, I am Atma, I belong to God, I am a fragment of God. This is what we have to understand throughout this chapter. So, Kshitam Bhavati Dharmatma. Therefore, these qualities of the having acquired such level of knowledge and this level of bhakti, we quickly become righteous. Kshitam Bhavati Dharmatma. And Shashvat Shanti Nigachati. We attain everlasting peace. Then he says, Kaunteya Pratijanihi, declare it boldly, declare it justly, O Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, na me bhaktaha pranashyati, my devotee is never lost to me. I am always with him. But whoever renders his devotional service to me, whoever approaches me with devotion, I give him special attention. And here he is confirming it. Kaunteya pratijanihi. Declare it justly, O son of Kunti. Name bhaktaha pranashyati. So how to get freed from the bondage of material world, and how to be a detached person, a determined person, what we call sthit pragya, determined person. Although we are we are in contact with material senses, we are in contact with material things around us throughout our lives. Although we are in such a living condition, we are always detached. We are always attached to the Lord, to Lord Krishna. This.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you very much for the very good introduction and the intervention of Brother Ajay. I will talk mainly on verse 34, but before that I would like to say that as Lord Krishna says, anyone can attain him, whether he is born in a high-class family or in a low class, that doesn't matter. Anyone can attain him, provided that he surrenders himself and he does everything in Krishna consciousness. And also we have seen even if someone is born, I say, well, taken birth in a very good family, in good environment, anything, but he is not free to go to Krishna. What he has to do, he has to continue doing his effort, because this world is temporary, as told by Brother Ajay, is temporary and is full of miseries, full of pains, full of sorrows. So what we have to seek for a world which is blissful, which is permanent. And we have to stop that coming and going from birth to birth. How long we will do this? So we have seen that anyone can, by taking constantly the name, of the Lord, he can attain Lord Krishna. But I would like here to say something. This is very personal. I don't know whether you will agree or not. It is something very Lord Krishna, God, Rama, all these are things which are abstract. Perhaps there are some people who have been very good, very far. They have reached the stage where they can see Krishna, they can feel Krishna, they can, and anything that they do in the Lord of Krishna. But for me, I would say that there's a key word which is called transformation. Unless we transform ourselves, we can't reach Krishna, the Lord, God, or anything. So what we have to do is to constantly do anything. What is the use of praying throughout the day? We go on praying, but when we see someone in need, someone who is in poverty, someone who is suffering, and we can do something, we just ignore him. So what we have to do is to, we best feel there must be a side between the head, the heart, and the hands. That is the heart. We feel the thoughts should be good. The heart, we should have that feeling, the feeling that it is good. And then we have how you say, the hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. So what we do, see, anything, whenever we feel someone is in need, we have to help him. As we say, help ever, hurt never. And when we serve the men, it is service to men is service to God. So each occasion that we get, each opportunity that we get, we must help and feed the needy and the poor. Jai Sai Ram.
The essence of this verse is a phrase. That my devotee never perishes. This is the essence of that phrase. What Lord Krishna may be saying, according to me, he's pinpointing a certain type of devotee. We have many types of devotees. There are many are sinners that has within the span of a single lifetime, after conversion, after repenting, that they repented of their ill doings, and they came towards holiness, toward godliness, change into divine, and surrendered themselves to Lord. Okay, the oldest case known to us in that category of devotees is sage Valmiki. Valmiki was lost his parents at a very young age, and he was brought up by a hunter, and he got his livings by hunting, and at times he even robbed people. But when he renounced all this and devoted himself to God, God gave him the intelligence to be one of the most respected persons for eternity. The Pandavas themselves, the Pandavas' brothers, themselves bear testimony to the fact that devotees of the Lord never get lost. All the five of them, unflinchingly, had unflinching devotion to Sri Krishna. They lost the empire. They were exposed to many dangers, until trials and tribulations came upon them. The life of a long exile in the forest was painful, but they did not falter, that they did not hesitate in the faith in God. They always believe in God. This means adversity only increased the love of the Lord. They were blessed in the end with shreyas, that is, with virtuosity, the best of life.
Faith, devotion, meditating on his transcendental form. Actually, he gives the pathway. That was what we should be doing.
I can hear you also, but okay. Ultimately, Lord Krishna, what he advises, if I take the last verse, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. He says categorically, become my worshipper, become my devotee. Always engage your mind in thinking of me. And these same wordings, if we go in chapter 18, text 65, he says the same thing. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. He says the same thing. Because he puts much emphasis on this, and this is what we should do in our life. We should always engage our attention towards Godhood. Whatever we are doing, whatever job we are doing, whatever action we are doing, always our thoughts should be engaged, should be focused in God. Whatever we are doing, whatever action we are doing, it should be as an offering to God. Then he says, Mam evashyasi yuktavaivam. Being thus absorbed in me, certainly you will come to me. Mam evashyasi yuktavaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Your soul, your atma, being always being absorbed in me, you will definitely come to me. So we have to develop that type of bhakti, that type of attention.
Krishna says that you can pray several different gods, but ultimately it's only him that matters, no? But so what do we do then? Do we continue praying all the multiple gods, or do we focus on only Krishna?
The best thing is to focus on Lord Krishna. He is the ultimate God.
So we focus this mentioned in the Bhagavad inferior, according to you, huh?
Even in Ramayana also there is somewhere mentioned when Lord Krishna, Lord Ram explains about Nauda Bhakti. This is where many people have, some people have even burnt the Ramayana in India. But it is not an offense for, this is not an offense for ladies, because if you see to it, we all, Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma has always given topmost position to ladies, to women. Radha Krishna, Sita Ram, Uma Shankar. So this is it has always been like that, and in the Vedas, I think it is mentioned. Yatra nari pujante tatra ramante devataha. Where women are respected, there reside the gods. So there is no point of giving of making in this verse. There is no point of making women giving them a lower status.
Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Raja Vidya Rajyogo Nama Navamurtyaya Uyogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Prajapriyam Dharma Samstapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Jai Shri Krishna.